Hey, welcome to the show. I'm Yanni Rude.
And I'm just Terrell. You ever been out somewhere and overheard two people having crazy conversations?
Yeah, well, you know what? We are those people. We've been having these conversations since college.
Yeah, it's the Regular Guys Random Thoughts podcast. Love is Blind UK Season 2 recap of episodes 3 and 4. Be sure to like, subscribe, rate, and leave a review.
Indeed. Oh, man. 1 and 2 was good. 3 and 4, better.
A little better.
Uh-huh.
Got some drama.
Now, the question is, did everybody else catch up, right? Because, yesterday we had some people who hadn't even seen had episode 1 and 2 yet. We gave until all the way to 4. So today, all the way to 4. T-Dub says, I guess I finally made it out of Replay Gang. Yes. Well, welcome in. Materialistic says only made it halfway through episode 3. Meanwhile,
Okay.
Toya's caught up and Matt just said no.
Matt don't care. He's like, give me the spoilers. Give me the cliff notes.
The cliff notes. No, Chat GPT, break it down in 250 words or less.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into it, man, because a lot happened in these next episodes, episodes 3 and 4, which Mimi's also all caught up as well too. So good. See, we're gonna run through these a little faster this time around in this one. I mean, we have 3 weeks of this, so we'll get through it. And there's so much to get to. Matt says the reason why is because we help him figure out what parts to watch.
He's taking notes.
Yeah,
he's taking notes from our notes, cliff notes.
Kind of like how Happy Garden was like, note to self, don't like jabbing.
Yeah.
Classy B says halfway through 4. That's a good point. And when we get to the end of 4, you're gonna be like, dang. Okay, so we'll get to that, right? Now, I have a question for you.
Yep.
Because before we get into the dates and in the pods again, the game of hide and seek that was being played in the women's quarters. Did you laugh as much as I did?
I did, because you're not hiding whatsoever, but it's funny. It's like what a kid would do. Like when you see children do. It was funny.
It's the worst game of hide and seek, but it was probably the most fun. Because you're like, all right, I know I can see you. I know I can see you. Yeah. How are you gonna pretend like I can't?
The one behind the tree or little plant was trying to like hold her hands like a branch or something.
I saw it. I was just like, this is stupid, but it's so stupid it's actually funny.
Yeah.
Well, all right. Now that we got the pleasantries out the way, let's pick up where we left off last episode. Because last episode was Sophie a little upset because of what happened with Megan and Karen, right?
Yeah.
So interestingly enough, as Sophie's a little bit upset, she's still she's in a feeling still as episode 3 starts. Says that she shared vulnerable moments with Karen, and he put his stamp on Megan by gifting her his scent. That's really personal. Agreed?
No, not really. But I just don't agree, because it's not like he didn't play Sophie. I think she's making herself seem like a victim, and like the world revolves around her. Oh, yeah, she's making it seem like Kieran had this plan that he's saying the same things to her and to Megan, and even telling Megan not to feel uncomfortable about the situation. It's like,
yeah, well, that's the thing. I do like that they had I do like that they had a conversation. She went and spoke with Megan, and I almost question, was she trying to sabotage Megan and Kieran's relationship? But at the same time, you think so?
When she told, I think he's telling the same thing to you that he's been saying to me. That's sabotaging, because you don't know what he told Megan.
You don't. And to be fair, let's get in here early. He did ask the same questions.
He asked the same questions.
He did.
But asking the same questions, there's nothing wrong with that.
Okay. So they had the same conversations.
Yeah. Well, similar. No, I don't think he told Sophie about his background and family. Some stuff he shared with Megan. Right. He didn't share with Sophie, but that's because Sophie wouldn't open up to share anything on her side.
Well, we don't know what he shared because, like you like to say, it was edited. Elson says she was fishing for info from Megan. So I like how you did that, though, because that was good, because that's how you got to take it for what it's worth. The thing, though, I think that even when you say she shouldn't feel slighted, her thing, I think, in that moment is the fact that, hey, I don't share anything with anybody. I shared
Mm-hmm.
with you. And I think that's where she feels a little bit like, damn, if I knew you were going to do this, I wouldn't have shared anything. Not saying it's right. I'm just saying that's,
Okay. So your mom got with someone else, abandoned you for some years, and you're all rebuilding your relationship. Boo hoo.
Yeah.
There's so much. That story is common for a lot of people, dads and moms. But if telling that story was you being vulnerable, and now you feel slighted because you shared something,
Mhm.
that's weak sauce to me.
So maybe says initially he liked her more, but she's cold and unwilling to open up. So that's on her.
Yep.
Agreed. Paris says Sophie was entitled to feeling hurt or jealous. However, her reaction was way too much. He was not the bad guy. Now that I agree. See, now what you said there, Paris, is exactly what I'm saying. I get why she felt that way. Not saying she's right for it, but I understand why. But he's not the bad guy. Even though materialistic was just like, hey, forget her name. Homegirl was doing way too much.
Well, again, the way Paris said it, she's entitled to the feelings, and you said doesn't mean that it's right. That was my point. It's not right for her to be this mad about this.
Well, people get mad about different things, my brother. So she gets in this date in the pod with Karen, and the interesting thing is she's heading there. She's like, she's never experienced rejection before this experiment, and she's not anybody's plan B. So she goes right in, planning, here's what I'm going to do. And as she's going off, Karen could care less. Just like you're acting right now, that was him in the pod.
Yeah.
Like, it's the same. Okay. I can assume what you thought here, where she said, I'm the prize. I'm a catch. On the outside, you would see that.
Yep.
And I'm not here to beg you to love me.
Yeah. That's great. You're a beautiful car. I'd call you a Porsche, but your engine's jacked up and your tires need some work. There's stuff on the inside of that beautiful prize that's broken. You gotta fix that.
Hey, thank you, Toya. Sophie, regardless, she still has the right to feel some type of way.
Agree to disagree.
Elson says she's a catch. 22. I see what you did there.
She's a catch and release.
Here's the question.
Gotta get rid of that quick.
When she left, wasn't that a very polite exit? She's like, I don't have anything more to say, so I think I'm going to leave now.
That was her way of trying to end on her terms.
Yes.
That way she didn't get rejected. She rejected him.
No, she knows. She knows.
Materialistic. She knows.
Her securities are popping out. She's overcompensating.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying, though. Interesting, though. As they walk out, Megan's asking, "Hey, so how'd the date go?" Now and as you get further in this thing, Megan's a little spicy too, right? And Sophie's just like, "Hey, great. I just ended it." And I was like, oh, so Sophie's going hard though. She's playing hardball, right? But if she gets in the women's quarters and just breaks down crying immediately, then throws a hissy fit and storms out, which is probably what you expected from the very beginning.
I did, but did you catch that? She ended it. So
Touché.
You tell Megan, I ended it. It makes it seem like, okay, now Megan is number 2, second choice.
Understand. And I need you to, and I will at least give you this, that you did have the same energy for Tyson, because it's the same thing that happened when Tyson said, I had to let it go, man. Yeah. Same thing, Sophie. The people that are accustomed to being the prize and not accustomed to rejection,
right?
They can't take it the other way. If somebody's leaving, no, I let you out. So there's that.
Yeah.
So next thing we get to see is Megan and Karen, right? And Megan, of course, is going to ask what happened on his date with Sophie, because she felt like she was in the middle of something she didn't know she was. Is she telling the truth or is she lying?
I think she was just fishing to see what happened, to hear his version of why she stormed out. Also, I think she was trying to figure out, did she break up with you or did you break up with her? And I like how Kieran played this, because he told her that she was upset about the gift that he gave Megan. And then he tells her that he only wants to do this journey with her.
Yep.
So I was like, okay, good. So I think Megan realizes, yeah, Kieran's all into me. He just wasn't into Sophie.
Yeah. And interesting enough, right? Because you see even Tori saying Megan is a liar. She is a liar because she did know that there was a triangle there.
Yeah.
She knew Sophie had interest. So there's that part, right? And to your point, Kieran played it extremely well. He laid his cards on the table saying, I knew when I gave you that gift, it potentially could end up like this. So next date, Megan comes in with a poem. And it says, our similarities are beyond compare. And there's still so much I can't wait to share. I said, dear God.
This is why you Chat GPT it, because it comes across.
No.
Her and Dimela came across sound like
Chat GPT would have given the same thing because it's her accent.
Yeah.
That's how she says compare and share. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it just sounds like Dr. Seuss. That's all.
But that's because everybody tries to rhyme. That's all.
I know, ChatGPT.
ChatGPT will try to rhyme too.
Okay, if you use it right, it's not going to be that cheesy of a rhyme.
Oh dear God! I thought it was cute. Yeah, you go cheesy, whatever, man. T-Dub says, random thought. Is the man's name Karen? No, it's Kieran. Kieran. K-I-E-R-E-N. And clean off your screen a little bit. Clean off your screen a little bit.
It's like cheering with a K.
That's it right there.
Yeah, it's like cheering with the K.
Sly says, no more fake A rhymes, please. So she's right there with you, Terrell. No more.
Thank you.
You know, we get our next engagement here, and then we get the meetup. And the interesting thing about this meetup with Megan and Kieran is Megan tells us she's ready for a little kiss. And when she sees him, she does the MM. Grabs his face and goes in for the kiss herself. Like, I'm not even going to wait for you.
I don't think Kieran minded at all.
He did not. He didn't
mind that at all. Because did you notice, like, once she did that, then he grabs her face.
Yes.
So he's in. And what was cool about this meetup, and here's what I look at when we do these meetups, I'm looking for chemistries. There's something physically that makes it seem like they are really into each other. And these two have it. I mean, they both seem smitten with each other. He's fully into her. She's into him. I'm like, okay, great. This is what this experiment's about.
Yeah. Like Elson said, he said, wow, let's go.
Yeah.
Because it was all good. And before we get off them, Toya had a great point here. Megan purposely was always loud and overly excited after her dates with Kieran, knowing damn well Sophie was dating him too. She said, I don't like that. And that's why I'm like, Megan is playing the sweet girl here. Nah. She's got red hair for a reason.
Oh, you think she fiery too?
Fiery. Hey, trust me. I had red hair when I was a kid, so
you did?
Got it changed. Yeah. If you see younger pictures, yeah, you see it.
Okay.
Next up, we got Jed and Barter, right? And it's interesting what they did with their dates, because we didn't get in depth with a lot of their dates. They just kept speeding through the dates, right? You find out little tidbits in each date, like the date that we saw with them, good convo. Find out her family escaped and went to England, right?
Yeah.
Then the next date, they're talking about what's the one thing you couldn't live without. Jed says family, and it's all these little, but it's not a lot in there. But we can see their chemistry. We know they're good. And then I thought about this date, the word search, because matter of fact, in one date, they showed them on one date, then they showed them on the next date almost immediately after. I'm like, damn, how many dates is this? I can't keep track of it. So I just put next date, right? But this one, I had to label the word search date. I know you like that.
I thought that was cool. I've never seen anybody do that, put together your own word search. I was like, that is dope. ChatGPT could build that for you, by the way. But that word search was,
I was gonna try that. I was gonna try to do it by hand, but you just gave me dang, I can't say that. My wife listens to the pod. Hey, baby, skip over this part at the 15-minute mark.
Earmuffs.
Because I love this idea, man. I think it's dope. I saw it. I was like, damn, I wish I had thought of that.
Yeah.
But I'm going to steal it. We knew this was going to happen. We get our next engagement. Anything special from their meetup?
Again, they have that chemistry that when they do meet, you can see that they both are really into each other. She said that she's smitten with him. I like them. I like this couple.
What'd you think of when they first met, right? They're coming down and they meet, and he grabs her by the cheeks, picks her up, and does the spin.
There you go. sound like a man that know what he want.
Now, here's the interesting thing, and I saw this, and I forgive me, but Jed just can't stop staring at Barter, right? Yeah. And I'm just trying to figure out this because he's just taken aback by her beauty, like God, he's just smitten with her beauty, right? Or is it because he's confused as to what her actual complexion is? I'm not the only one that noticed this. Stop it. I adjusted my TV so many damn times.
Wrong for that.
Am I?
Yeah.
I like these two together, though, man. I really do. I think they're great. They're good. I like these two. I appreciate everybody hanging out with us so far, man. Do us a favor, please hit that like button. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. We got a lot to get to. As the next couple, Cal and Sarova, we get to see them meet. And it's interesting that for Cal, this outfit that he had, the Pakistani Indian outfit, he had packed that anyway. He's like, this is the outfit I'm going to wear when I meet my fiance.
Mm-hmm.
Now, considering what we know, and he had no idea who he was going to be meeting, coincidence or fate?
Coincidence.
I knew you'd go that route. What do you think of their meetup then? I know all the things you're looking for. Since I was trying to make this grand moment and make it fate, and the fact that he called her princess and she almost melted when he said that your princess arrived. What'd you think of it then? Go ahead and spoil the rest of the moment.
I think that they have that chemistry. They're both really into each other. You can tell that it just seems genuine. That it's just not for TV. So I like this couple. I want to see them go all the way.
Yeah, materialistic. I thought the same thing. I'm like, at least it's not the Mr. Ed smile that most people have. She goes, boy has refrigerator white chompers. Yes, his teeth are pearly white, completely white. They stand out from across. If the lights go out, you will see him immediately. Yeah. and it's great. It stands out. I was wondering if anybody was going to say anything about it. That's why I never brought it up. I wanted to see if somebody would. Materialistic, you're right there with me. But I like this couple, man. It's going to be interesting to see how this plays out as we get into episode 4 and move on to the next. This couple has always been kind of interesting. I mean, Mr. Splenic Awareness has always been very interesting, and I knew this was going to be interesting when they got in together and go, what's crack-a-lackin'? And then it got even worse. It was just like, okay. It started off so well, though.
It did. It started out well. Patrick said there's a lot of unknown with her, and he likes that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's a good sign. She has him curious. Then he asked her to sing for him.
Yeah.
And she's struggling with that. And then when she makes the comment, I've sung backup vocals for Rod Stewart. I'm like, why'd you got to name drop that?
Yeah. I mean, if she did, she did. But
I hear you.
See, the fact is that, and this is the thing, and this is probably why she does what she says next, which is like she plays herself down, because the fact that she just said she does that, and people say, "Oh, you're name dropping." No, that's what she did. It's not name dropping. Hey, I met LL Cool J before. Am I name dropping? No. I took a picture of Beyonce before. Am I name dropping? No. It happened.
Yes.
It happened.
Yes, you are name dropping. Yes, you are name dropping. Now, Now, when she said that she plays her talent down,
Mhm.
Patrick jumps in. This is where it starts to go south. He doesn't agree with that.
Right.
He feels you shouldn't make yourself less than, which I get what he's saying, but dude, you don't really know her that well yet to do
Yeah.
that.
The fact that he says, "I really dislike that," and the way he said it was so condescending. That's the
Yeah.
problem, and that's
Yeah.
where everything really started to go
Oh
down.
yeah.
Toya says, "I told y'all yesterday, Patrick wasn't genuine." Materialistic said, I'm terrified of both of these people in different ways." And Mimi says, "I'm sorry, but Patrick is a weirdo." For the way he said that, would you agree or no? Would just say it's just bad word choice.
No. Well, I've always said he was weird. I already said that. As soon as he started talking about following his spleen, I'm like, this dude.
So you knew where it was going to go when he said, "How would you react if your family rejected me?" And Anu says, "Well, my mom knows what's better for me than I do, so I would have to go
Yeah.
with her."
I listened to her mom, and then he's again, he all but scolds her, pretty much saying, living a life to people please is not good, and doing just I wouldn't do that if my family didn't like you. It's my choice. But I'm like, why are you coming across very judgy?
See, that's the thing, right? Because she's not people pleasing by listening to her mom. She's listening to her friggin' mom. Right? The person she's known her entire life. She's known you less than 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Of course she's gonna choose her mom over you. And you haven't given the vibes to make it. You just ticked her off, set her off the edge for a second, and you just don't even know it yet. And here you go with this. Now you just shoved her off the edge. She was just at the edge of the moment, but damn. In that whole thing he was saying, he said it was low vibration to let other people influence you. Did he just call her low vibration? On the slide?
I don't think he called her low vibration, but I can see how it could sound that way.
They both realized that the date ended weirdly. Even Patrick said his spleen is silent. And I know, Toya, you said you never want to hear the word spleen again, but Patrick's still on the scene. So we're going to hear spleen again.
Yeah.
The next date, how'd you think this went, though? Because this kind of, Patrick turned it around, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
He sets up the spa day and tells Anu from the very beginning he doesn't want to see anyone else. That's laying your cards on the table. Or am I missing something here?
No, he's laying his cards on the table, but she didn't reciprocate. She didn't say that back to him.
Right. No, she didn't. She kind of played it off, and it's interesting because she just goes straight to the sushi. And even when he's like, "Well, yeah," she's like, "You gonna put that stuff on?" Yeah. She said, "Well, I can't. I got my makeup."
Yeah.
I mean, I get it, but even if you got to lie on the other side and pretend you're doing it, just because,
right?
Or do you respect the honesty?
I mean, I think you should lie. I mean, I think you should lie. I don't respect the honesty on that one. But did you hear when he asked, what are you gonna add? What are you gonna add to my life?
Yeah.
And she says, I don't know. I'm just gonna be myself. He's setting these deep conversation questions up.
Yes.
And she's not, receiving it.
And that's the problem. And this one, she comes off really disconnected in this conversation, right?
Yeah.
Because to your point, he says all that and she's just no real answer, right? But then Patrick says he's going to trust his spleen and a proposal will be the next step, right?
Yep.
Then
all she can do is eat.
Yeah. And she's like, he said, what, no? And she's like, because he's waiting for a response, but instead she's just too busy eating and not worried about having a conversation, not answering any of these questions that this man is asking. And then he goes back to what Elsa is saying. Hey, lady, just sing. Netflix may get you more clients. She doesn't. He asked her to sing again.
Yep.
Was this a test, though?
Well, I think he's just trying to gauge, like, is she feeling any of this? Because right now, if I'm Patrick, I'm thinking that you don't like me. I'm dropping all this stuff. I'm putting myself out there. You're just eating sushi, talking with your mouth full. I would start to think you don't like me. And then the fact that you won't sing, I've asked you twice, that tells me, okay, you don't want to sing for me. That's fine. You don't like me.
I understand it, because here's the thing. I picked up on this when he said it the first time as they're walking out. Hey, well, I think I've gotten a bit of clarity here. And I'm like, ooh, that ain't good. because picking up on all the vibes of that, I knew what that meant. And then he tells us he feels the connection is gone, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we kind
Mm-hmm.
of know that's out the window. Quinta Pretty says Patrick was very condescending, that Anu was into him at all. Did you see that?
She seemed very interested in him first date.
Mm-hmm.
First meeting, she seemed to like all of that, everything he was saying. Second date, same thing. Then this it just took a turn.
Right.
I just think she really wasn't feeling it. I don't think she was really feeling it. So I'll talk more about that later.
Materialistic asked the question, why didn't anyone warn me Patrick had the same hairdo as Tay Diggs' wig in Malibu's Most Wanted? Oh my God. So the next date, before the date, Patrick says to the guys, he's talking to the guys in the men's quarters, and like, when men fall in love, when men love, we love.
Mm-hmm.
How am I not feeling like that? Is that telling everything at the moment there?
Yeah, his spleen is screaming at him.
It's funny you should say that because Motown Investor was like, hey, I researched the spleen all night. Meanwhile, Anna was writing and practicing a song that she wrote for Patrick. So finally, she's about to go sing.
Mm-hmm.
And I will give her credit for admitting that she made the last date a bit weird by not being
Mm-hmm.
open.
Right.
All the questions you said that she didn't answer, at least she admits, okay, I made it weird like that.
Yeah, but I like how Patrick handled, because she's ready to sing, wrote a song and everything, and he's like, yeah, put a pause on that. When I asked you to sing to me, and you said no. Why? She's like, I'm about to sing now. He's like, no, earlier when I asked.
Yeah.
I was like, dang, Patrick.
No, but he's got to put, because the way she blew it off before, and now I didn't like the fact that he asked her to sing in the first place, right?
Yeah.
Because it's like, dance to me, come on. But so I don't fault her for not doing it, but I get why he's like, okay, now you want to do it after the last date when you were just such you were such an ass to me. No, I'm good. I don't want. That's what he was. He was fed up at that point, right?
Right.
But when he does break the bad news, because he doesn't want to hear her cheeky little song, as she called it, he apologizes for disappointing her and if he wasted her time. Good thing, or did he even really?
Well, did he disappoint her? I mean, it's just you come into these pods. The whole purpose is to see if you have enough chemistry to be able to drop down on the knee and propose. He didn't get there.
Right.
So I don't think that he owes her an apology. I mean, he was trying. Don't get me wrong. He's weird. He comes across condescending, but he was trying. She wasn't.
Yeah, she really didn't. And that's the problem. And when she finally decided to, it was too little, too late. He said, and it was an amazing person, but he had to trust his spleen, to which Mimi said, I'm so glad they broke up, because if I hear spleen one more mother effing time, I'm ready to jump through that TV.
The only thing I didn't like that Patrick told her was that I came here to find this person that pretty much going to rock his world and gives him something he can't comprehend. And I didn't get that here. That part he could have left out. I think he could have left that out.
I mean, he could have, but it's true.
It is true, but still, you could just leave that out. There's a nice way to break up with somebody.
You're petty enough to do that if somebody ticked you off enough.
No.
Yes.
No, because if I do, they're gonna know they got the best of me, and I'm like, nope, you're never gonna know that.
There it is. There it is. Well, we lost the first triangle. That one's already done, right? As Sophie left. Well, the next triangle, and this is going to go back and forth for a minute here, because there's a lot to go through in these episodes. Katisha and Demila. Now, he's pouring his heart out to Katisha, and to me, I'm looking at this like, yo, she doesn't even appreciate it, man. You remember that poem we talked about? He did the poem, and her response was, "It was nice, thank you."
That's so nice. You're so sweet. You're so caring. Yeah.
That was a
Friend
kiss of
zone.
death.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you're a good friend. You're my bestie.
She gave lots of clues, including when she called what they had a curious connection. He said, "What do you think
Yeah.
about us?" "Oh, I think it's a curious connection." And then, correct me if I'm wrong, because I may have written this down wrong. Because as I read it, I'm like, she couldn't have said this. But did she or did she not describe him as a little boy at Christmas, adorable?
Yeah, she did call him adorable. And he's putting it out there. He tells her, she's what he wants,
Mm,
and all that. But Katisha called it out. She just doesn't know how to receive being loved by somebody and
right.
being put first,
Hmm.
which is, probably going to make her, I think my notes I had as it's may make her run from Demila.
Yeah.
But that's sad that she doesn't know how to receive being loved.
That's, and the thing about it, because when she's in the women's quarter talking to Barter, she's like, I don't, how can he be so sure? Can he be so set on me when he doesn't even know me? Right.
Right.
But this is what the process is for. Right.
Right.
And I looked at it and I was like, it feels like she feels like she doesn't deserve his love. Right. But then she even says it after that. And I thought to me, this was really sad to hear. Right. To hear her say she knows how to love somebody, but doesn't know how to receive it because she's never been put first.
Mm-hmm.
That's shitty. And
Yeah,
that speaks to all the guys.
she has a bad picker. Common denominator.
You're putting it back on her again. See, look.
At some point, you gotta have some accountability in this. You know what I mean? You gotta have some accountability in this.
Oh man. Jeez. So next date she's on was with Javin, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she says she knows where she stands with Demila, but not with Javin. So she tries to ask him more in-depth questions to get him to tell her. And yet he still refuses, and he's just really nonchalant about it, right?
I feel confident. What will be, will be.
He's like, hey, if I'm not your number one, well, that's how the cookie crumbles. I'm like, yo,
Yeah.
It's nut. It's she even realizes Demila's treating her like she's never been treated before. And Javin is doing the same thing she's accustomed to, her usual type. The same thing they've done is what he's doing.
Yeah.
And as she's still, like she's confused. How are you confused? And this is where I go, you don't deserve good guys.
Right.
Because you say this is what you want.
Right.
And when it's in front of you, you're like, nah, I think I can change this one.
Yeah.
Nuts.
It is nuts. And she thinks he's holding back because he isn't laying his cards on the table like Demila.
Right.
So then he says, okay, well, let me tell you about this story where I gave 100% to someone and it eventually ended. Mm-hmm. So I don't trust easy. What?
Yeah.
What?
It's you got hurt one time and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What he said was a cop out, but and we know that.
Yeah. Yeah.
We know that. We can feel that. Interesting though, when he goes back into the men's quarters, even when Demila goes and he's kind of like, just talking in the corner, but they're two different personalities. Javin is he's an outgoing, reserved personality, right? Mm-hmm. Like extrovert, introvert. But at the same time, he's there talking and loud enough to make sure everybody else can hear, and even kind of throwing jabs at Demila by saying that, oh yeah, she's told me that the other guy is love bombing her, which is not what she said.
Yeah, she's making grand gestures, and he said love bombing her.
I do like how Demila handled it though. He's like, hey, I can't worry about what anybody else is doing. I'm just going to do what I do. And if that's not enough, then so be it.
Mm-hmm.
And so we see him on his next date with Katisha. And this is where he sets up that sangria date in Seville.
Yeah, sangria and snacks. Treating her like a queen.
Mm-hmm. Something that he has never done before. He's doing his first with her in this.
Right. And he's never seen you before. And he's doing all this where you, instead of being with this king, you want the Joker.
He even says, I hope you can see that I'm genuine. Right? Because I think he can sense the fact that she's unsure. Right. And so he's saying this, And he said he could see himself fall in love with her, and that she deserves it all, and she shouldn't feel like it's something she doesn't deserve. I don't know if she's paying attention, but he's been paying attention to her,
Right.
and what she said.
Yeah, very much so.
Mm-hmm.
But he said he's fallen in love with her. He can see himself fall in love with her, and he's already halfway there.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's letting her know, I am all in.
Yeah,
right here. He even says that she fits what he's looking for in a life partner.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
And so then I'm like, go ahead on, Demla. The nice guy is gonna win. She says she thinks she's made a decision and she feels confident in her decision. And he's like, don't change your mind. Oh, I won't. I was thinking this is gonna be great.
Because he knows she's got a date with Javin next, and he's like, say no, don't worry.
Yeah.
So she goes on a date with Javin, and it's interesting because she actually starts out trying to, like, she was about to, and then she just stops.
Yeah.
She gets halfway there because the roses are there that Javin delivers. He finally does, and now he starts love bombing.
Right.
And
he
this
tries
goes
his grand gestures.
It goes sideways real quick, man, because he says, you made up your mind, it's all good. And when she says you don't have to stay if you don't want to, right? He's like, no, well, you already broke my heart, so I'm gonna stay and finish my drink. And I was like, dang it, smooth move, brother.
Yeah.
Because what does she do next?
She decides to stay and finish her drink, and he's looking like, gotcha, bitch.
Yeah, because once he's heard that, he's like, okay, well, let me read you my notes. Now, I know they always edit, but if those are all the notes he had, he didn't take many notes.
What was it? It was like star or asterisk something.
Check.
Yeah, whatever it was.
He said tick, but yes, a tick is a check.
Okay, I don't know why I did 2 ticks there, but there was something.
Yeah,
that you said. Yeah, that's so deep and romantic. And then she asked him. She goes, she thought gestures wasn't his style, and he tells her he thought. He says not that it's not his style. It's just nothing he just always easily does at first. But he tells her that she was the one. So now Katisha's confused on her decision.
Says, I feel disconnected from my decision. Javin says he can't propose to someone who doesn't want to be proposed to. So he's setting it up right, which I get. But he's setting it up in such a manner so that, hey, I'm not making moves. You got to make the first move. And he even says that when he goes back to the men's quarters. Like he's going back with a big smile on his face, and then he tells the guys that Katisha's going to have to propose to him. I'm like, what in the 2025 is happening here?
He's like, no, you're going to have to really work for it. if you want the Javin, you got to work for it.
Oh my God.
There's a little laugh.
Well, it gets so sad when you see Demolo getting ready to go in. He's convinced that he's going to go get his woman. Meanwhile, Javin is over there going, hey, I'm second best to nobody, right? Demolo goes in, immediately can tell something's off.
Yep.
This is tough to watch.
It was, and that was exactly what I had in my notes. Ouch, that was tough to watch. Literally have that on my screen right now. And he asked her why she said her decision won't change, because that's what he was concerned about.
Yeah.
And she just said the romantic connection wasn't always there, which that happens when you are nice,
sweet, kind, and caring. Yeah.
Adorable.
We call that out from the get-go. Here's the thing. He got saved because if she said yes to him, when the pod squad meets up later in the season, she would have ditched him for Javin immediately. She would have snuck off and disappeared. I fully believe this. I feel like this is why he got the best end of this deal, even though at the moment he doesn't feel like it. Goes back to the core. The guys are all confused. Javin isn't there though, so it's obviously like when he went back, they obviously timed it enough so that they're not there at the same time, so you don't get the you wait for that interaction later, right?
Right.
And even Cal tells Demela, if she's acting like that, she ain't the girl for you. And I like that. I like that. Mimi agrees. Demela dodged a bullet and she will get exactly what she's accustomed to. Agreed?
Well, karma. I believe in it.
Well, back to player circle. Javin and Katisha back in the pods. He says something when this date starts off that on the surface sounds sweet, sounds deep, sounds like what you want to hear. But there's something else, right?
Yeah. If I don't believe when he told her that, I feel like I should have left yesterday. Okay, then why didn't you?
Right.
Once she told you, you chose to stay. But then he tells her she's the kind of person he can see in his life for a long time. Not his wife, not, and for example, how did Demela say it? She fits what he's looking for in a life partner and he sees a future with her. That sounds more like a commitment or somebody that really wants to be with you compared to, I feel like you can someone be in my life for a long time. You can start out as like lovers and then become friends, then just acquaintances. Long time.
It worked though. Like Elson said, Javin used all his Jamaican mojo here because Katisha then says she would be willing to get down if he was not on the same page. And I was like, wait a minute, okay, I think I heard that wrong. Let me go back. Because she had to say if they were on the same page. She said, no, if they were not on the same page, she would get down. She would bend the knee. So is she saying she would beg him to marry her? Is that what? Correct me if I'm wrong, please. Tell me I'm wrong.
That's what it sounds like, but
So I'm never wrong. Thank you.
That's my point. It doesn't matter because you're never gonna think you're wrong. So it's totally fine.
Oh my God, I'm sorry. I just had to do that one. Karen says she's desperate. Do you agree?
Karen says that she's desperate.
Yeah, that Katisha's desperate. In this. I mean, she comes off as desperate. I don't know if she's completely desperate, but
it's hard for me to say that. I wouldn't call it desperate. I think that she is, heavily in lust for somebody that treats her like her exes have, and she just likes this guy now. Right. But I don't think that she's like, I'm marrying somebody today. Period. I don't get that vibe from her.
Yeah. He ends up proposing, right? And we get our final. So at least, thank God he didn't make her get down on her knee. He actually did, and we have our final engagement. Now he does say this is not what he was expecting, but the dirt off his shoulders, he was sitting in a confessional, says something different. Or am I reading that wrong too?
No, you're reading it right. He's competitive. He wants to win.
Yes,
that's all he wanted. He wants. I don't believe he really wants to marry Katisha,
right?
But I just think he just wanted to win.
Yeah, and he did, and he kind of showed that. Now, Quinn Too Pretty says Javin later said to the guys, "They never know what they want." Laughing. That's what Katisha chose and deserves. Agreed?
Yeah.
Kira says Katisha should have listened to her spleen here because none of this should have felt right.
Yeah. No.
Oh, it's tougher, man. Because one thing I do like when they got to the quarters, though, is he tried to be funny when he bent his knee like Jon Snow, but I like how Demela turned the somber mood in the men's quarters around. Like, come on, man, let's celebrate this guy's engagement.
Yeah. I mean, that's what adults do. I respect that. I mean, hey, you won, man. It is what it is. Hey, let's all celebrate.
Yeah.
I respect that he did that. To me, that says a lot about him. And yes, he is a class act.
The interesting thing is Katisha is complaining. It feels like she's complaining that she wants to enjoy her moment, but she knows and she didn't say this part, but this is why she effed over Demela. She knows she effed him over, so I think she's feeling a little guilty here.
I don't think so. I don't think she's feeling bad at all.
You're like, nope, I made my choice. That's it. So,
Yeah.
what'd you think of the meetup though? When they finally met up,
Yeah.
what did you think?
Trash. This
Why?
whole meetup was trash. This is the first time I've seen a dude in the meetup that didn't wear a suit or a
Mm-hmm.
sports coat.
Mm-hmm. He was wearing sneakers.
Yeah, I mean, he's just like he's going to the mall.
Yeah.
You know, it's no big deal to him compared to you're about to meet this woman that technically you really care about
Mm-hmm.
and you want to marry, and that's how you present yourself.
Yeah.
And so either he doesn't really feel it, maybe he doesn't wear suits, maybe he didn't bring one.
Right.
But trash. But then outside of that, they get together, you know, they have the kiss. So I think they're both physically attracted to each other.
Yeah.
But there was no chemistry with those two. The conversations with them is awful.
Yeah.
Listen to them try to talk to each other. It's like they have nothing.
Nothing. All you can do is look at her, smile, laugh. Like T-Dub says, they said they were attracted to each other, but something about this interaction seemed off. I'm patiently waiting for the chaos.
Yeah. You know it'll come.
It has to, man. Has to. So here's where we get to the trip in Cyprus, right? Island of Love. Man. I'll tell you, they get the better vacations always. The UK version does. What stood out to you over here? Because I think there's so much stuff that was being thrown there back and forth. And Cal and Sarova, I thought this was interesting because Cal is anxious to see Katisha because she did Demela wrong. Is he too invested in their relationship?
He is a bit too invested in a relationship. It's like you just met Demela. You've known Demela as long as you've known Sarova. So calm down.
Hey, I like that he's riding first boy though, man. Let's get
it. Yeah, but you don't know him like that. Y'all were in the pods for what, 2 weeks?
Yeah.
Is it 2 weeks that they're in the pods?
Yeah, 2 weeks, yeah.
Yeah, it's in the pod for 2 weeks. So that's like summer camp. And now this is your ride or die? Come on, man.
Well, she did kind of do him a little wrong, but it's interesting that Sarova tells Cal while they're in the pool, this conversation, I kind of didn't catch you off guard because she's like, you are exactly my type, you know, gym guy, gym bod, pretty boy. And he's like, yeah, you are not my type. Yeah, not my usual type. Because I usually date white, blonde hair, blue-eyed British women.
I thought this was funny. And the fact that she called him the pretty boy, because I don't know if I'd want to be called that. I know you do, Kappas, whatever, but I just wouldn't want to be called a pretty boy. But she goes after the jock type dudes. But for him to, I don't think he should have. Well, my thought is I wouldn't have told her that you're not my type, because then I think that's going to get in her head and would make me think, okay, well, wait a minute. I'm not blah, blah. Is this going to work? I just don't think he should have said it. I think he set himself up.
Yeah, because like Toya says, the not my type comments always go so well.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then that's why you don't ask that question.
Right.
Because you get your feelings hurt. She's worried now because she's thinking, well, Ashley's blonde and Barda's blonde. I'm like, but why are you so worried about them?
Yeah.
Okay. Then you had Javin and Katisha. Now, this is interesting because we've been on Javin this whole time, the first 3 episodes, and we see the roles that he got, Katisha, the roles that he got her, she saved them, right? She opens up the book, says, look what I saved, the books that she kept the notes in. He picks it up and it falls apart.
Yep.
Is this a sign?
I think so. I pay attention to stuff like that. So you ever been at a wedding and they do the unity candle and it blows out? Like right when they light it and they start to walk off, all of a sudden I'm just like, yeah, it's not gonna work out.
Sorry, guys. What'd you think of Javin's first question to her? What'd you think of me in the pods? Right?
Because they don't have much to talk about.
That's what I thought.
Yeah. What do you think she thought about you in the pod? She's here with you, engaged.
Now, he also says being engaged doesn't feel real. It feels like she's his girlfriend, not his fiance. Now, he doesn't tell her that, but he tells us that.
Exactly. I'm telling you, he's not all in on this.
Now, I do think what he did ask her, I thought was good, though. He asked, is there anything that she was worried about? I thought that was a great question. Coming out of the pods, was there anything you were worried about?
Yeah.
I thought it was a good question.
It's a good question, but I mean, I think it would be the same that anybody would say.
Yeah.
Am I attracted to you? Is the chemistry that we have in the pods gonna translate into the chemistry we have in person? I think everybody's gonna have that same response. So again, he doesn't have a lot of depth to himself, and so
okay, I missed that.
He asks questions like that, but like, what else is she gonna say? What are you worried about when we get off the pods? Well, do you look good? And do I enjoy being around you?
Yeah. What'd you think about the nighttime skincare routine? I mean, I know you get the mani pedis, you treat yourself all the time. Nighttime skincare?
Yeah, I do, but I don't want to put all that on camera. I don't do that. I mean, hey, you got to exfoliate, you got to moisturize. I do a lot of those things, but I'm not getting a video, put it on social media. Hey guys, this is what I normally do.
He wasn't putting it on; she was.
No, I understand that. I'm just saying
He's getting a facial massage.
Not my thing. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Whatever. Yeah. After the first night, the next morning, they tried to make it seem like everybody got it in, huh? Everybody did the tarot.
I don't think so. I don't think everybody did. I think I do think there's a few that probably did hook up. Mm-hmm. I don't think Angie and Billy did. I don't think Cal and Sorover did. But the other three
Ashley,
couples,
not Angie, Ashley.
Did I say Angie? Sorry.
Yeah, you did.
Ashley and Billy. Yeah.
I think they did, but yeah. I mean, I know they try to play with us with the push-ups and all that, but remember he did say he fancies the pants off of her.
Oh yeah, I get it. But I want to know, like, what is this cuddle thing in the UK? Because everybody's into the cuddles.
El Cid says it best. Cuddles translate differently. Remember, here's the other part. You said don't think Cal and Sarova, but Sarova said she was looking forward to some cuddles. Remember that?
Yeah, but I just wonder, what does cuddles mean? Because I just think like spooning,
right?
Cuddles. But maybe across the pond, cuddles means.
Well, no, it's. Come on, man! You got to remember the signs.
I forgot.
Oh, interesting thing though, that next day, because Javin and Katisha, here they are, and they're having conversation. He's still talking about the last day and how confident Demolo was going into the pods that day. I feel like he's searching for answers here, right? Because he even calls the triangle messy, and Katisha's like, well, I didn't see it as a triangle.
Yeah, what he's pushing for is he's trying to get compliments about himself.
Is that what you think?
I think so. I think he wants to know, like, so why'd you pick me over Duma? What'd you like about me that Dula didn't have? I think he just wants to hear her say stuff about him. I think that's what he wants.
I think the way she tried to turn it away from that is not good, because here's the thing that happens, right? She is constantly trying to stare away from any conversation of that happening.
Mm-hmm.
Any conversation of it, and you watch this happen there, and it comes up again a little bit more, right? Couples meet up, we get to them, and the minute Katisha walks in, Cal is ready to go have this conversation. He doesn't, but he looks like, there she is. Yeah.
There's that chick.
What else did you see in this, man? With the couples meeting that stood up?
Well, definitely the Cal Katisha thing. I thought all the guys, everybody getting together, trying to talk about, how was last night? I don't know why every Love is Blind season they do this.
And Married at First Sight too.
Yeah, it's like, who did last night? What did y'all do? Come on, man.
I would be like Karen, mind your business.
Yeah.
Mind your business. It ain't for you to know.
Doesn't matter what it did. Gentleman doesn't tell. So I don't like that part. And then it seemed like a little cattiness. I would put it in the catty category. Kind of like watching the episode of The View, listening to Ashley, Katisha, and Barda.
Yeah. So in that conversation, to catch everybody up, Ashley is talking about the fact that she and Billy have said, I love you, right?
Yep.
And then you get Barta saying the exact same thing, but Katisha is saying something completely different.
Yeah, because Katisha's like, I don't know about all that love stuff, but maybe I'm gonna get there. And I like how she tried to say, I'm not trying to downplay y'all's feelings, but she's just not there yet. And I think it's fair for her to not be in that place. But I just wonder, why would you say yes to marrying somebody if you're not feeling that level or even close to that level?
At least they're both on the same page in that sense.
Right.
Yeah, so there's that, but it's interesting, and Ashley's not even buying that part, because the thing that Katisha did say that I thought was kind of rude, and she caught herself, was, I don't want to get swept up in it. I mean, not saying that like y'all, because I know y'all have said the L word, but
Yeah.
I did notice though, when Barta was sitting there with Sarova, right?
Mhm.
Sarova seems a little nervous when
Mhm.
Barta walks in, right?
Mhm.
And she's just like, she has reason to, because Cal even tells us Barta is his type,
Right.
right? And you see the conversation later with her and Ashley, and she's telling Ashley, well, here's the issues that I have, because that's his type. And at that moment, Barta's sitting next to Cal, feet dangling in the pool. Now it's not just the two of them; it's them and Katisha as well. But feet dangling in the pool, and she's just
Right.
like, "I'm getting my head. I feel like I've self-sabotaged." And I like the advice Ashley gave her in this conversation.
Yeah, I mean, she just said, "Hey, talk to Cal about the things that make you feel uncomfortable." Unfortunately, I think she's gonna look at every British blonde that
Mhm.
walks by and start to go in her head, no matter what.
Right,
But at least talk to him about it. That way, again, I've said this before. I think it was the last one where you don't want to just process all that stuff in your head and then all of a sudden dump that on Cal. Talk about it,
right,
and y'all can kind of talk through it.
exactly. And at least they did. She went over there. She sat down. She has. If she's able to open up, at least they can survive all of this, right? Because
Yeah.
a lot of that, like you said, is in her head. Lots of They just bounced around this entire thing. Lots of smiles, lots of laughs, a lot of all this back and forth. It looks like a great time um, at the meetup until Cal goes and like, hey, come on, Katisha, let's chat for a little bit.
Yeah. Let me talk to you for a couple ticks.
He tells her it's weird that Demla was so sure it was him going into the last day. Which,
Yeah.
again, where did we just hear this? Jevin said the same thing to her.
Hmm. He did. And I like how Cal just brought it. He's just going direct. Again, he's a little too invested, but he went for the jugular. But what was annoying about this conversation was you don't really get much of an answer out of Katisha.
Mhm. No, of course, neither did Javin. When he asked, he didn't get one either.
Yeah.
This is where I think we start to see that Javin isn't the real villain in this story. It
It's
may
not.
not be him. It may not be him. It may be Katisha. I'm just saying, because she's avoided his questions and she's avoided Cal's questions. And I
Hmm.
know, to your point, they chopped the crap out of that conversation because we couldn't watch the whole thing. It would have
Oh,
been a
God.
whole
Yeah.
hour. But the way he was, and he was back and forth with her, but she never answered the question until she finally just got to the end where she's fed up and she's like, look, I definitely made the right choice.
Right.
But she never wants to answer for it. And remember, back in the women's quarters, she made it where she was the victim and
Hmm.
not Demela.
Yeah.
Because, oh my God, I'm so confused. No, you know what you wanted, but you know what you should do. That's all.
Yeah. Well, she's going to get what she deserves. I mean, either this is going to work out with Javon and they'll be happy, or it's going to blow up and she'll look back and watch this, be like, man, Demolo was dope.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, Mimi says it's both of them. BOFFUM, both of them. Interesting, because we did get a sneak peek into the next set of episodes too, right?
Yeah.
As they show a couple things that are coming up, because we get 5, 6, 7, and 8 next, and we see the Pod Squad's going to show up. We see that it looks like a meetup between Katisha and Demela. I'm like,
Hmm.
how do we get here? And we see a little bit of the meeting the families. This looks like it's about to be an interesting next couple of episodes.
Well, now we're about to get into the meat and potatoes because all of episodes 1 through 4, that's just one big appetizer. You're getting to know the couples, and then they decide who the couples are. Now, when they go on the treat, this is when steak and potatoes time. This is the good part.
Because you get family, friends, all of that, going to see the homes, all this other stuff. So, T-Dub says Demila better not give her a chance. And Mimi says we're about to get action. Yes, we are. I'm looking forward to it. So here's the schedule. The plan schedule. So let's plan accordingly. Let's prep accordingly. Okay. Sunday, Ready to Love. Monday, King's Court.
Yep.
Tuesday, Random Thoughts.
Right.
Man, we got a full day, a full work week going on. Wednesday, episodes 5 and 6. Thursday, episodes 7 and 8.
Yeah.
And then on Friday, we rest.
Hey. But kudos to you, because you've been pumping out a lot of content. Like we've been putting a lot of stuff out. Yeah. Kudos to you for that, because I know that's work. Now
Toya says, give us time to watch. We gotta be to work. That's an interesting one too. So I guess that's another question, because do wait and do 5, 6, 7, 8 a little later in the week, or do we leave it where it is for on Wednesday, Thursday? I tell you what, hit us in the comments and let us know. Okay. And if it's one way or the other, we'll rearrange Terrell's schedule.
Friday's date night. Friday's date night. That's the problem. But actually, next weekend I don't have date night on Friday. It's no, actually I do. Yeah. So date night.
Yeah. So that's gonna spread it out even further away. So think about that. But I get what you're saying, because you gotta watch the episodes first. I get it. So but let us know in the comments. And while you're in the comments, make sure you hit that like button. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications.
Yep.
Sly Says, stop bragging, T. Come on, man.
I don't think having a date's a brag. I don't think it's that.
Well, maybe you'll get some cuddles.
I hope so.
On that note,
I don't want a spoon. I want a fork.
Hey, I'm Yanni Rude.
And I'm just Terrell.
Make sure you follow us at Yanni Rude, at Just Terrell, at the RGRT Pod.
Yeah, send us some of your random thoughts of some of the bullshit on the internet. We may talk about it on the show.
You see, we talk about anything. It's the Regular Guys Random Thoughts Podcast. Cheers.
Cheers.